Hello, today we are going to learn how to make droozy molds using just cookie cutters. These are a couple that I've already made, and today I picked out another leaf and one of these round ones. All I did was buy a set of cookie cutters in a bunch of different shapes, picked out the ones I wanted, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to use this crushed glass, the mirror. I don't know, I think I got it off Amazon. I don't know the brand. I took it out and put it in these containers because when I bought it, the container was busted. Now this is just contact paper that I like to use. You can also use resin tape, works really well. I just want to make sure it's good and flat, and I'm going to stick this cookie cutter right down on it. And this one here, I could probably put another one on there. Let's see. What about an acorn? Now I like to do the wider, more smooth side down on the contact paper. And I'm just going to take my scissors, cut some of these little curled edges off to get them out of my way. There we go. The good thing about this is if the resin leaks, once it's cured, because sometimes it will leak around it, it just peels right off, and it'll peel off of the cookie cutter, and it won't affect the piece inside. I'm just going to press these down really good. I have already mixed up my resin. I like these little silicone cups because I can mix up just a little bit. This is a 1-to-1, and I have mixed up 20 milliliters. Now all I want to do is pour just a little in here because I just want it to coat the bottom. Now I've seen this technique from watching a video of pouring your heart out. She did this, and it's so simple. Okay, and then just spread it to the edges. We don't want it very thick, but we want it to at least coat the bottom. Just going to spread this out. And we want to make sure that we don't have any bubbles on this bottom layer. It's a very thin layer. Those little tiny bubbles I'm not worried about. It's the ones that can get down in there and cause holes. And then you have to pour another layer. Try to get that down in those edges. I'm going to get this little silicone stick. It's easier to push it around. I did make sure my table was level before I started doing this, but where these edges curl up, this does seem to want to kind of go on an angle. And what you can do is you just place just something heavy over top of it, bowl or anything, to hold this down. Okay. Just a little more in there since 20 milliliters is plenty. I've got quite a bit left. That's the smallest amount I can mix up and those little cups. And then we'll do a second part video, and we will make the droozy inlays or inserts using these molds that we're making. Just pressing that down. I don't see anything leaking, so that's good. Wipe that off. Now, I have a little tiny torch. This isn't very thin, very thick, so definitely want to be careful. The good thing is these are metal, so I don't have to worry about it melting to a mold. Okay. Now, they all look good. Now we're going to take our crushed glass here. We're just going to pour it down in there. And then we're just going to spread it out. Now I like to push this down in there. If you see any pieces that are too big, take them out. I want to make sure I got everything down in there really well. I don't want any pieces that can leave air bubbles for the silicone to get trapped, and then I have to pull it up. Really taking a risk of breaking my droozy mold that I make. Okay, just a little more along the edge here. Just flatten it all down in there, get it down in the resin. And these little glass pieces make this look so pretty. Okay. I don't want to mix it in the resin and then dump it down in there, because then it gives a coating on top of your glass. Not as pretty. This one's going to need some more down here in the bottom. Get down in all those little corners. Even it out all the way around. That off the side there. You can see this one's leaking, and that's okay, because as long as there's resin on this, it will hold it in place, and then that will just peel right off when I am done. Flatten all this out. And if you end up with holes in this on the bottom, because I always check mine once I have it done to make sure that if I go to pour silicone in it, it's not going to leak out the bottom. You can just do another layer on top of it and pour resin and it'll get down in all those little holes. Kind of fix itself. There's a little hole there I'm trying to get filled up. Okay. Everything seems to be coated with resin. Everything's down in there. Everything's kind of flattened out here. I don't want these pieces on the sides unless you want the sides to have it too. I suppose you could put it on the side. Okay, and that's it. Wipe this off. We will let those cure and peel them off and they'll be done. In the next video, I will make the droozy inserts.